My name is Henry Wong. I'm a senior power technologist at Intel, and that's a sort of a long title for basically being a technical advisor to a number of organizations and programs with regards to IT efficiency, especially focused at the data center level, things like servers and storage and networking and so forth. I've had a number of years of experience in the enterprise industry, as well as with silicon manufacturing and the technology changes that the Valley has undergone over the past 25 years or so. And my participation in the program, which is really a data center efficiency program, is providing that consultancy on upcoming technologies and technology changes that will help improve the efficiency of the data center, right? See whether or not it's being adopted, whether or not there are limitations to its adoption, and really getting that feedback from audiences that attend these functions and so forth. So the advice that the advisory role that I play, usually to groups like Silicon Valley Leadership Group, which is hosting the event today, along with other organizations such as the Green Grid, Climate Savers Computing, and a number of other organizations who are really focused at different portions of the efficiency levels in the data center. It was really important being a technologist, and we're planning out, as far as my other job within Intel, we're planning out a lot of different technologies and so forth, and it really helps us to understand how much of those technologies are really funneling through to end users. And these case studies that get developed and are being presented today are really a sign of what items are being adopted, what are not, what are the problems, and are we as an industry, as well as we as a company within Intel, providing sufficient knowledge, technology, as well as applications to employ those technologies to further efficiencies in the data center. I actually want to address the data center efficiency and why it's so important. One thing that people don't readily associate with is the importance of data centers to the economy. If you look at you consider ourselves the information age, the backbone behind that information age are the data centers. That's where the data is stored, manipulated, secured, retained, and delivered, right? It is that structure that if we expect our economy, the world economy even, to grow, we have to be much more efficient at how we go ahead and produce and deliver that content and that data while minimizing its burden or its use of our natural resources, whether that be electricity, water, you name it. Now, the other aspect that was discussed today with regards to data center, the importance of data center, is the idea that not only are we concerned about the efficiency of data centers to serve as being a little bit more ecologically friendly, being green, being efficient, but also serving as a template, a example for the rest of the economy. The data center usually touches a lot of other industries. It supports a lot of other industries. And by showing that how data center operations can be more efficient at a growing economy, the hope is to set the stage for the associated industries, whether it be in medicine, mining, oil exploration, you name it, right? All of these other industries can go ahead and leverage the learning, the systematic improvements that the data center industry, as well as the IT industry, has been able to go ahead and do from an efficiency standpoint.
Perfect. So you kind of touched upon the most important key takeaways of the summit. Is there anything else you kind of want to tap in?
Actually, there were a few key takeaways from the summit that was very enlightening. And as I talked about earlier, the idea of a litmus test, are some of these technologies really being adopted, and are the data center managers, the IT managers, and the facilities recognizing the same issues and so forth? I'm happy to say that we're finally, as far as the industry, the data center industry is concerned, is finally getting to realize some of the issues, things like provisioning, things like resource allocations and so forth. We've looked at electricity. We're going to have to look at water next. But we have to use that very same approach to further efficiencies across the board. And I was very happy to see that. Folks are finally comprehending the business value of being efficient. I think the next stages, though, are how to go and make the other infrastructure items more efficient, how to go beyond static provisioning and looking at dynamically provisioning resources, compute, electricity, water, and so forth. Those items were highlighted, but no solution has been placed. And I realized that there are a number of technologies in the pipeline to help with that facility. So that was a great takeaway, the fact that those issues are indeed real, and that we have technologies in the pipeline ready to go ahead and address them. The few things that were noted today, I was really glad to hear. It's detection of old technology and hardware, refresh them. A quote from AOL just recently said, all we had to do was refresh the technology, and we got an instant 3x improvement in the efficiency of their facilities, and that was just with storage. We've had equal comments on the server side, where they've been able to achieve a 9x improvement in efficiency just by refreshing the hardware and accelerating that refresh. The other aspect is really pay attention to your services. SLAs and how you apply your resources to them are going to be very important in terms of maximizing the efficiency of those data centers.